easy to be productive using Microsoft's Windows 11 applications. In this course, you'll see how to configure the clipboard to copy multiple items at the same time. Later, if you need to remember something quickly, explore how to use Windows 11 Sticky Notes app. Learn how to open audio and video files using the Movies and TV and Media Player applications. Discover the different ways to take a screenshot, edit it, and share it with others. And finally, record step-by-step screenshots of you performing a particular action using the Windows 11 Steps Recorder tool. Whenever you copy or cut something in Windows 11, it's copied to the clipboard for you to paste. In Windows 11, you can configure the clipboard to copy multiple items at the same time. The clipboard can then be easily accessed, allowing you to paste several items at once. Before using the clipboard, we need to activate the clipboard history. By default, Windows 11 only stores one copied item in the clipboard, but this can be changed in settings. Let's press the Windows key to open the Start menu. From the Pin section, select Settings. The Settings window opens. From the System tab, scroll down and select Clipboard. We're then navigated to the Clipboard Settings page. At the top, click the toggle next to Clipboard History. This option is now activated, so we can then save multiple items to the clipboard. Below this is the option Sync across your devices. If you're using a Microsoft account, you can sync copied text and paste it in your other devices. And next is the option to clear the clipboard data. Since the clipboard can store any type of data, you may want to clear the clipboard of any information if you share the device with other people. Let's close this window using the X icon at the top right. From the taskbar, I'll click the Edge Browser button. Here I already have a browser window open on a web page. I'll use my mouse cursor to select some text. Then use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and the letter C to copy it to the clipboard. From the bottom of this same web page, I'll copy this image by right-clicking over it and selecting the option Copy Image. And finally, I'll press the Windows key, Shift and the letter S to activate the snipping tool. Then click and drag the snip tool over an area of the web page to screenshot it. And now at the bottom right corner, a notification displays, showing that the screenshot has been saved to the clipboard. From the taskbar, I'll click the Word icon to display the blank Word document I've opened. To open the clipboard window, press the Windows key and the letter V. And in the clipboard window is a preview of the 3 items I've just copied. I'll select the text preview, and my copied text now appears in the Word document. Use the Windows key and V to reopen the clipboard window, and this time I'll select the image. And that's also been pasted into the document. And again reopen the clipboard window, and I'll select the screenshot to insert it into the document. Reopen the clipboard window, and to the right of a copied item, click the See More button. The Delete option then appears. Click this, and that item has been deleted from the clipboard. At the bottom right of the copied data is also the option to pin the item. This means that even if you clear the clipboard data, the pinned item will still remain saved to the clipboard. To delete all of the copied items, click the Clear All button at the top right. And let's close the clipboard window by clicking the X icon at the top right corner. This has been an overview on using the clipboard in Windows 11. If you need to quickly remember something for later, Windows 11 has a Sticky Notes app. With Sticky Notes, you can create and format notes. You can also sync your notes across devices and apps, such as OneNote Mobile, Microsoft Launcher, and Outlook. From the taskbar, click the Search button. Into the search bar, type in Sticky Notes, then select the app under Best Match. Note that you need to sign in with the Microsoft account if you want to be able to sync your notes across devices or apps. At the top center of the window is a search bar, which you can use to find a specific note. and below that you'll find your notes list. Here a new note has already been created. Double-click on the yellow Take a Note box to display the note window. We can move the note window by clicking and dragging it from its title bar. We can also resize it by hovering over its outline and then clicking and dragging it inwards or outwards. To add text to the note, click on the Take a Note field and then type in your note. Along the bottom of the note window, you font tools such as a bold, italic, underline and strike through effects. You can also toggle bullet points as well as add images. Let's highlight a piece of text within the note, then select the bold and italic button to apply those effects. At the top right corner, click the menu button displayed as 3 dots. At the top of this menu, we can change the color of our sticky note window. For example, let's change it to pink. Reopen the menu, and here we've also the option Notes List. If you close the window on the left, you can click this option to reopen it. And we've also the option to delete this note. To create a new sticky note, you can click the New Note button at the top left corner. Or you can go to the main Sticky Note app window and click the New Note button at the top left. A new note window opens. Let's again insert some text into the Take a Note field. To hide this note from the desktop, click the X icon at the top right of it. See that this note isn't deleted and still appears in the notes list of the main app interface. At the top right of the main Sticky Notes window, click the Settings button. At the top of the settings page, we'll find the account that we've signed in with. Below, in the General section, we can enable Insights. When you enable Insights, it lets your device recognize the information you enter into sticky notes, such as phone numbers, email addresses, and URLs. This then allows you to perform certain handy actions right from the note. Next is the option to get a confirmation notification before deleting a sticky note. I'd recommend keeping this option enabled so you don't accidentally delete any notes. Below in the Color section, we can change the color theme of the Sticky Notes app to either light, dark, or I can use my current Windows theme settings. In the Help and Feedback section, you can resync your notes across apps and devices, get help, share feedback, rate or copy the session ID. And at the bottom you've some information about the Notes app itself. Click the back arrow button at the top left to leave this page. At the top right of a note within the Notes list, click the Menu button. In this menu we can open the note or delete it. Let's select the Delete option, and in the notification that appears, click the Delete button to confirm. If we close the Sticky Notes window using the X icon at the top right, see that the open note still remains on the desktop interface. To delete this note, click the menu button at the top right, select the option Delete Note, and in the notification click the Delete button. This has been an overview on using sticky notes in Windows 11. In Windows 11, there are numerous apps you can use to open audio and video files. By default, audio and video files open in the Movies and TV application. But Microsoft has introduced a new Media Player app that's replacing the Windows Media Player. In this video, learn how to open audio and video files using the Movies and TV and Media Player app. Saved on my desktop is a video file in an MP4 format. By default, audio and video files will automatically open in the Movies and TV application. So if I double-click on the video file, the video starts playing in the Movies and TV window. I'll quickly pause the video using the pause button at the bottom center. At the bottom left of the window, you've the video title, the timeline bar, a volume menu, and a subtitle audio menu. Next, you've the option to skip back 10 seconds, play the video, or skip forward 30 seconds. At the bottom right, we can edit this video in the Photos app, play the video in mini view, full screen mode, and if we click the More Options button, we can cast the video to another device, zoom the video to fill the screen, repeat or make the video autoplay. Click away to close this. If we click the back arrow button at the top right, we're then navigated to the Movies and TV main interface. On the Personal tab, we'll be able to find our video or audio files from folders, removable storage devices, or from media servers. If we click the Explore tab, we're then navigated to a page where we can buy movies and TV shows from the Microsoft Store, and those movies can then be found within the Purchase tab. I'll close this window using the X icon at the top right. In Windows 11, Microsoft has introduced a new media player application that's replacing the Windows Media Player. The app mostly serves as a music library, but it can also play video files. To open the video file using this app, right-click on it, hover over Open With, and select Media Player. Again, the video starts playing. Click the pause button at the bottom center to stop the video. Along the bottom, again we've the timeline bar. At the bottom center, we can turn on Shuffle to randomly play videos. We can go to the previous or next video, or turn on Repeat to autoplay the video again. At the bottom right, we can access the languages and subtitles settings, the volume control, play the video in the mini player, and if we click the More Options button, we can see the video file properties. We can also access the Media Player's Equalizer tool. This tool is used to enhance or reduce sound at a particular frequency. We can also adjust the video speed and cast it to a device. We've video setting options such as rotating the video, zoom to fill, and we've video enhancements to adjust the brightness or contrast of the video. We can skip back the video by 10 seconds or forward 30 seconds, and we can put the video in full screen mode. If we click the Home button at the top right, we're brought to the Media Player homepage. Here we can find any recently opened video or audio files. In the navigation menu along the left-hand side, we can search for files, access the music library, video library, create a play queue or a playlist. At the bottom left corner is a Settings button. Click this, and in the Libraries section we can add folders to the music and video library locations. Below in the Personalization section, we can change the app theme or accent color. In the Media Info section, we can enable the option to look up missing album art and artist art online. And then we've some information about the Media Player app. Click the X icon at the top right to close this window. This has been an overview on working with audio and video files in Windows 11. Windows 11 features a photo editing app that you can use to make basic modifications to your photos. You can, for example, rotate your photos, crop them, and even change the lighting and color settings. If you've not changed the default application used to open images, your photos will automatically open in the Photos app. From the File Explorer Pictures folder, I'll double-click on this image file to open it. And that opens in the default Photos application. To scroll through my gallery of images, I can use the right arrow button to go to the next image, and then the left arrow button to return to the previous photo. At the top right of the window is a full screen button. Click this, and the image now appears larger. To leave full screen mode, press the Escape key on the keyboard. To the right of the full screen button, we can use the plus and minus buttons to zoom in and out of the image. Next to that, you'll see the current zoom percentage. To reset the image back to its default zoom, click the Zoom to Fit button. At the top center, we've options to edit, rotate, delete, or to add the photo to favorites. Next to that, click the See More button. And we've also options to create a video with Microsoft Clipchamp, save as, share, print, resize, copy to clipboard, set as, or make the image full screen. Click away to close this. Let's click the Edit Image button. We're now in editing mode and the crop tool is currently selected. There are frame handles along the outline of the image, which we can click and drag in order to crop the image. We can then click and drag the image itself to reposition it within the new cropped border. At the bottom center, we've also options to adjust the aspect ratio of the image. To the right, we can also flip the image horizontally or vertically. Let's select the Flip Horizontally button and note the change to the image. To the left, we can also rotate the image left or right, or we can click and drag the slider along the bottom to rotate the image. To reset the image back to its default, you can use the Reset button at the top left. At the top, let's switch to the Filter tab. A filter side pane opens on the right with an Enhance button along with various filter options we can apply. If we select the Auto Enhance button, an intensity slider appears below it. Click and drag this to the right to increase the intensity of the Enhance filter, or to the left to decrease it. Click the Auto Enhance button again to hide the slider. If we scroll down and, for example, select the Film filter, note the color change to our image. Again, we can use this filter's intensity slider to adjust the effect of the filter. Let's switch to the Adjustment tab. From this tab, we can adjust different elements of the photo. From the side pane on the right, we can adjust the photo's light and color elements. For example, I'll use the brightness slider to increase the photo's brightness. I'll then decrease the photo's shadows. And from the color section below, I'll increase the saturation. Once you're finished editing the photo, at the top right, we can click the Save a Copy button. This will keep the original photo file as is and create another file with this edited photo. Or we can click the Save a Copy drop-down and select the option Save. This will replace the original photo file with this edited version. I'd like to keep the original file, so I'll select the Save a Copy button. A File Explorer window opens. Into the name field at the bottom, I'll type in a name for my photo. Then click the Save button at the bottom to save this to the Pictures folder. We're then navigated back to my gallery of photos, where the edited version of the photo is displayed. From the preview of photos along the bottom, I can also click the empty checkbox at the top right of the preview of the original photo. And both images now appear side by side, allowing us to compare them. This has been an overview on editing photos in Windows 11. If you want to take a picture of the contents of your computer screen or help someone access a certain feature in Windows 11, you can create a screenshot. You can use the snipping tool to create a screenshot of a specific part of your screen or even the whole entire desktop interface. Before taking a screenshot, we need to access the snipping tool. We can do so via the Start or Search menu. From the taskbar, let's click the Search button. Into the search bar, type in Snipping Tool, then select the app under Best Match. The Snipping Tool window appears at the top left. I'll quickly make it full screen. At the top left, open the Snipping Mode drop-down. In this menu, we can choose to take a rectangle screenshot, a screenshot of a window, the entire screen, or we can use the mouse to create our own free-form screenshot shape. I'll leave it set as rectangle mode. At the top, click the New button. The Snipping Tool window disappears and our desktop screen is greyed out. We can now use the mouse to click and drag over an area of the screen to capture a screenshot of it. When you release the mouse click, the Snipping Tool reopens, displaying our screenshot. Let's select the New button again. From this view, we can change snipping modes using the toolbar at the top center of the screen. Let's change it to a window snip. Then we can select the window we want to take a screenshot of. And a screenshot of just that window now displays. Let's reopen the snipping mode drop-down and select full screen mode. Then click the New button. Note that a screenshot of the entire screen has been taken automatically once we click the New button. In a full screen snip, we can find the entire desktop, including any open windows and the taskbar. Let's again reopen the Snippy Mode drop-down and change it to Freeform Mode. Then select the New button. Using our mouse, we can now create any shape we desire. For example, I'll draw a circle around some content. And once I release the mouse click, a circle screenshot now appears in the window. At the top right of the Snipping Tool window, you'll find a Save As button. Click this to save the currently displayed screenshot. A File Explorer window opens. Using the name field at the bottom, let's rename this screenshot. On the left of the window, I'll select the desktop folder, then click the Save button at the bottom to save it here. If I minimize the Snipping Tool window, on the left of the desktop is now my saved screenshot. If I double-click on it, it automatically opens in the default Photos app. I'll quickly close this window. We can also take screenshots using a keyboard shortcut. Press the Windows, Shift and S keys. The Snipping Mode menu then appears at the top. From here, I'll change it to a rectangle snip. Then click and drag over an area of the screen. When the mouse click is released, the screenshot has been captured, and a notification appears at the bottom right showing a preview of the screenshot, as well as stating that it's been copied to the clipboard. We can now, for example, click inside the Word document, then use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and the letter V to paste. And our screenshot has now been pasted inside the Word document. This has been an overview on taking a screenshot in Windows 11. Once you've taken a screenshot in Windows 11, you can use it in a number of ways. You can save it in a variety of different formats, open it in other applications, and even edit it using Paint. You can also transfer it to other documents using the copy and paste feature, or even share your screenshot via email. Here I've 3 screenshots saved to my desktop. Note that the default file format for a screenshot is PNG. When you take a screenshot using, for example, the keyboard shortcut Windows and print screen, this then creates a screenshot folder within your File Explorer. So from the taskbar, click the File Explorer button. On the left of the window, go to the Pictures folder and double-click the screenshot folder to open it. Here we've the screenshot we just took, and note that it's also in the PNG file format. PNG is the default option because it ensures the photo will be saved with high quality and can be used online or on your computer. To save this image in another file format, right-click on it, hover over the option Open With, and select the Paint app. My screenshot now opens in the Paint application. At the top left, click on File and select Save As. In the side menu, we've options to save this image as a PNG, JPEG, BMP, GIF, or other file format. The JPEG file type has a slightly lower quality, but is a good option to use if you want to email an image. I'll select the JPEG picture format. A File Explorer window opens. From the Pictures folder, I'll double-click on Screenshots. Then click the Save button at the bottom right. I'll go ahead and close the Paint window. And now within the Screenshots folder is my screenshotted image in both a PNG and JPEG format. If we double-click on a screenshot, by default it opens in the Photos application. At the top center, if we click the Edit Image button, we've now access to the Photos app editing tools. I'll click the Cancel button at the top right to leave editing mode. At the top center, click the See More button. And in this menu, we can create a video using the image with Microsoft Clipchamp. We can save as, share, print, resize, copy to clipboard, set the image as my desktop background or lock screen, or see the image in full screen mode. From this menu, select the Copy to Clipboard option. The image has now been copied to the clipboard. From the taskbar, I'll click on the Microsoft Word icon to display a blank document I've previously opened. Here we can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and the letter V to paste the copied image. With this image now inserted into the document, we can use Word's editing tools to edit the image. From the taskbar, I'll click on the Mail app. And in this window, I've already a new email message typed out. All I need to do is insert the image before sending. To do this, I'll click inside the main message field. And again, I'll use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and the letter V to paste. Note that instead of pasting images, you can also attach them. To do this, click the Insert tab above. And from the Insert menu, you can attach files, tables, pictures, links, or emojis to your emails. Let's select Files. Then from the File Explorer window, select the screenshot you want to insert, and then click the Open button at the bottom right. To send this message, click the Send button at the top right corner. This has been an overview on using a screenshot in Windows 11. In Windows 11, the snipping tool is a great feature for taking and editing screenshots. You can customize the tool by changing the default snip layout color, save snips, and copy to clipboard options. See how to change the appearance of the snipping tool interface and how to set a delay timer. At the top right corner of the snipping tool window, click the See More button and select the option settings. At the top of the settings page is the option to open the snipping tool using the print screen key shortcut. To the right, you can click the Change in Windows Settings link. This will navigate you to a settings page where you'll be able to activate this option. Below, we've the snipping settings. Here we can activate or deactivate the option to automatically copy screenshots to the clipboard. By default, the screenshots that you create using the snipping tool are copied to your clipboard, so that you can easily paste them into documents or other applications. If you don't use your snips in this way, you can deselect this option. Let's click the toggle next to this to turn this option off. Next, let's enable the Ask to Save Snips option. I'll now be reminded to save my snips before closing the snipping tool application. If you deselect this option, you could potentially close the snip window by accident and lose all your work, so I'd recommend to keep this option on. Next, we have the option to open newly taken screenshots in separate snipping tool windows. And we can automatically add an outline to each snip that we take. Let's enable this option. To the right of this option, open the drop-down menu, and a preview displays of what the snip outline will look like. Below the preview, we can change the color and thickness of the outline. Click on the currently selected color, and let's change it to yellow. Then click the OK button at the bottom to save. Then let's drag the thickness slider to the right to increase it. Next in Settings, we've the Appearance section. Open the App Theme drop-down, and here we can change the theme of the Snipping Tool app to either light, dark, or we can use the System settings. The option Use System Setting is currently selected. This means that the app matches my Windows 11 theme settings. Note that if you make any changes here, they won't be applied until after you restart the app. Click the back arrow at the top left corner to leave the settings page. At the top left, click the New button. Then click and drag the cursor to take a screenshot. And note the thick yellow outline that now appears around the snip. At the top of the window, open the Delay Snip drop-down. In this menu, we can set a time delay. This will set a certain amount of time between when you click the New button and when the screenshot actually takes place. This allows you extra time to open a window or context menu before entering snipping mode. Here we can choose to set a 3, 5 or 10-second delay. Let's select Snip in 10 seconds. If we now click the New button, in the notification that appears, I'll quickly select the Don't Save button. Our desktop interface displays. We've now time to, for example, right-click on the desktop to open a context menu, and hover over the option New. This New menu is what I want to take a screenshot of. After 10 seconds, we've now entered snipping mode. And I can go ahead and click and drag the cursor over this menu. That screenshot now appears in the Snipping Tool window. So the delay option can be quite useful if you're trying to show someone how to perform a certain action or configure something on their computer step by step. This has been an overview on customizing the snipping tool in Windows 11. The Steps Recorder in Windows 11 allows you to record step-by-step screenshots of you performing a particular action. This tool makes creating mini tutorials easy. Once you've activated the tool, it'll automatically take screenshots of your actions and add explanatory captions. Then you can save the tutorial as a zip file to reduce its size and make it easy to share with others. To find the Steps Recorder tool, let's click the taskbar search button. Into the search bar, type in Steps Recorder, then select the app under Best Match. The Steps Recorder window appears at the top left. On the left, once you click the Start Record button, it immediately begins recording and all the actions you perform will be recorded. Let's go ahead and click the Start Record button. And now we can go ahead and perform the actions we want recorded. Let's go to the taskbar and click the File Explorer button. From the navigation pane, click the Pictures folder, and from here we'll open the Screenshot folder. Once you're finished recording your actions, from the Steps Recorder window, click the Stop Record button. A new page opens in the Steps Recorder window called Recorded Steps. I'll quickly make this window full screen. This page contains all the steps and information that was recorded. At the top of the page, it also states that any sensitive information such as text or passwords were not recorded. Only the steps themselves and any functions or short keys that were used. Let's scroll down to the steps, where we can see each action that was taken step by step. Within step 1, it states that the user left-clicked on the File Explorer button. Below we've a screenshot of the action that was performed, and the taskbar action is outlined in green. Note also that within each step, it has the date and time the action was performed. Scroll down to step 2. Here it states that the user left-clicked on the pinned pictures tree item in this PC. And again we've a screenshot where the navigation pane is outlined in green. And finally, in step 3, the user left-clicked on the Screenshots folder in Pictures. You'll note that at the top right of the last step is a previous link. Click this and we're navigated to step 2. At the top right of step 2, we can click the next link to go to step 3, or click the previous link to go to step 1. Scroll down to the bottom of the page to the Additional Details section. Here we'll find a summary of all the steps taken, as well as any additional details that were recorded. We'll also find the time and date the actions were recorded, how many steps were recorded, any missteps or errors. At the bottom left corner of the page, click the Return to Top of Page link. At the bottom of the Recorded Steps section, click the Review Recorded Steps as Slideshow link. A slideshow of all the actions that were performed starts playing. Once the slideshow ends, you can click the Restart Slideshow link at the top center to play it again. Or we can use the previous and next links at the top right to navigate back and forth. Click the Exit Slideshow link at the top left to leave this page. At the top left, we've a Save button. Click this and a File Explorer window opens. At the bottom center, insert a name for your recorded steps. Then from the left, I'll select to save this to the desktop folder. Then click the Save button at the bottom right. If we now close the Steps Recorder window, on the left of the desktop is now the recorded steps file saved as a compressed zip file. Compressed zip files are easier to share as they take up less space. So now I can, for example, share this file via email or on a flash drive. This has been an overview on creating a tutorial using the Steps Recorder in Windows 11.